really scared I was gonna hit my head. Hey, this is Measures Rippo and my bangs are messed up. Hey, this is Measures Rippo and I lied. I lied to all of you guys. I made a video like 8 months back reading my old fan fiction, and let's be generous and say that fan fiction probably started around 6th grade, like the earliest Harry Potter one, and I thought that's as far back as my fan fiction journey went. It wasn't. Well, I was reading through one of our first grade notebooks, and if you think it's shaped really weird, and my hand's here because it has my name on it, and I just want to keep that private, but if you think it's shaped weird, it's because our first grade teacher cut it into thirds because she didn't trust us with a full notebook, which, like, is true. Like, I don't know, like, what do first graders do except, like, eat notebooks? But what am I saying about this? Well, I was reading through this the other night, and while I was reading through this, going through the, stories is kind of is too nice a word for what is in here, but I was going through some of these little short stories. Well, one of them was just a straight rip-off of The Secret Garden. I couldn't even consider it fan fiction because it's not transformative enough. There was one really angsty short story where the dad fell off the Grand Canyon and got kidnapped by a doctor, like 587 or whatever. And then there was this really fun one, probably inspired by Shel Silverstein, where it broke the fourth wall and was like, oh, the monster was so scary, she ran to the next page, and then there was a sleeping monster. I could not spell for crap. Like, if you think that says sleeping monster, I'm glad I remember half of these things because, oh my goodness, I could not spell for anything. But among these amazing stories, there was a certain short story. So, for some context to this crazy short story, my sister was, who I'm going to remain anonymous for now, was very into David Bowie, and in first grade he sadly passed away, and my sister was really heartbroken over it, and she was so sad for a long time that I wanted to cheer up, and the way I cheered her up was with writing a real person fan fiction about her and David Bowie. So yeah, and I want to read it to you guys. And she loved it, so hopefully you guys will like it. But instead of using my sister's name, because shut up, Chromebook, because we're leaving it anonymous, I am going to say Y/N, which for my non-fanfiction girlies means your name. Because this is what you want, right? You want David Bowie. Well, I won't spoil it. So, and to make it even more fun, more embarrassing for me, but more fun for y'all, I'm going to be transcribing this onto a doc to post it on AO3, which is a fan fiction website for those not in the know. So let's begin. In the cold, icy Antarctic, which I'm guessing is Antarctic, a frozen captain of the sea. A frozen captain of the seas. Where am I? Oh, that is probably him talking. So, in the cold, frozen captain. I'm gonna be just spell checking all of this, because, Where am I? Why can't I move? Why am I cold? Someone thought, spelled ATHOT, he killed me. His name was David Bowie. Okay, where am I? It's kind of good though. Like, it's kind of bussin'. We gotta say that. Maybe we'll put it in italics instead because he's thinking this. He's not actually saying it. Thought he killed me. Also, if you want to see this on AO3, my handle is also MeasuredRippo there, so if you want to check this out, you know, leave it some kudos, and then to make it fancy, let's do an indent break to make it more dramatic and say his name was David I actually don't know how to spell David Bowie's name. Is it spelled like Bowie? Wait. Let me check. David. Guys, I feel bad. I'm looking it up. David Bowie. Oh my gosh. I spelled it wrong when I was typing it in. I said B-O-W-E-Y. It's B-O-W-I-E. Sorry, David Bowie. I'm just as bad as my childhood self. Next page. I wrote big when I was little, okay? His name was David Bowie. He broke the ice with his microphone. Oh, my baby, crying hard as babe could cry. David is back. Nobody knew. YN was 29, still not married. I love that when I was little, 29 was like the cap. Like, if you weren't married after 29, like, you were like a widow for life. Okay, let's indent again. So, he broke through the ice. The ice. We can make grammatical and spelling checks, but we're not changing any words. We're keeping all of that. This is like pretty, can we say that this is pretty good for a first grader? Like, okay, crying hard as babe could cry. And I was really bad with my my J's and my D's and my P's and my Q's and my Q's and my P's and my D's and my B's. I just didn't know, like, I didn't know there was a difference between the way that they were facing. So, yeah, I had to be in the special class for that. David jumped through the window. I love you, YN Bowie. I love you to the moon and back. The end. And that phrase, I love you to the moon and back, was actually really important to my family because our nanny always said that to us. So that was, like, really important. That meant, like, whoa, like the most love anybody could have. And then that's it. The end. I mean, like, pretty good. I really don't want to post this to AO3, but I already said I would. It feels like a lot more substantial when you're looking at it and it's on 3 pages. When you're looking at it on like a doc, it feels a lot less impressive. Was this video a waste?